Hey, this is Tim Sykes. Just wanted to make a quick video on a strategy that has been my single most successful strategy of 2015 and needs a little more detailing because some of you guys aren't studying the past like you should be studying, and that hurts your future potential profits. So I have to apologize first to you Trading Challenge students. I was going to do a live trading webinar today. The Wi-Fi at my hotel is just terrible. I've been getting unlucky lately. The live stream software, is not just okay for normal Wi-Fi. You need solid Wi-Fi. And you would think that these five-star hotels where I'm paying $1,000, $2,000 a night would have it, but it just doesn't work. So next week when I am not staying in a hotel, I'll do 2 webinars. You still have a webinar with Michael Good and Mark Crook, 2 very solid traders this week. So not too sad, but I wanted to go over billionaire plays. Here is VLTC. This ignited the trend back in April. I was buying the stock, if you remember, in the low twos and selling it in the high twos and congratulating myself, and then buying it in the threes and selling it in the high threes and thinking that was it. Little did I know it would go to 20, all in the span of a few weeks. Obviously, it was a little bit of a short squeeze, but Carl Icahn, a very well-known billionaire, upped his stake, became majority owner, and that got everybody excited because this was such a small company. Right after that, you also had, what was it, ABEO, which is the new ticker. It used to be PTBI. This was a great chat room alert. Thank you to whoever helped me in the Tim Alerts chat room. After hours, you can see this gap up right here was trading in the mid 2s, and the next day it opened in the 4s and went to 8. I was buying it thanks to my chat room alerting me, and then me alerting everybody else. After hours, I was buying it in the high 3s. And, selling it in the 4s and being really happy. And then it goes to 10 plus, in 2 days. And it still held the majority of its gains. We've also had some smaller ones lately. ATLS, I was buying in here. I think it was the 2s. I don't know. And it went from the 2s to the 4s. And now today, well, we also had ENZN. I should bring that up. There's a lot of them. ENZN, when the billionaire invested, it went from low ones to high ones. What was it? SZYM, I think, was another one. And this one was, I think it was right around here when it went from 3 to nearly 5. This one didn't hold up as well. And now today you have VVUS, which was a big winner. And my Wi-Fi, as you can see, is frozen for a little bit. Ridiculous. But anyways, here is VVUS today. And again, I was alerted in the chat room to the news that came out. It came out right around 9:43 a.m., so right around in here. And the stock was trading at 135, 140-ish. And I was like, oh my God, this, Icahn is investing in VVUS. Remember, he invested in VLTC. This one is a little different. He's not necessarily putting up the cash. He's doing a special offer that expires a month from now. But he's probably going to put money into VVUS, so it's good news. That's why it spiked, from the low ones to the high ones. If you were quick, like those in my chat room, you would have banked. I saw several people make several $100s. A few people made a few $1,000s. The whole point of this, and it faded because mainly because Icahn is not investing in this like his other deals. This is a little bit of a special situation, and because the overall market faded as a whole. But I want to go over 3 ways to find the best billionaire hedge fund plays, because there are very specific methods that you can utilize so that you're not the last one finding out, after VVUS has already spiked, and then you're like, wait, what happened? Obviously, I'm going to alert them when I see them, when I can, but I'm not always there. So you have different tools at your disposal. Number 1, I am so proud of my friend James. I call him this guy, because I want to show you his new newsletter, and it's all dedicated to finding hidden billionaire hedge fund plays. And James is a former hedge fund manager himself, as he'll tell you. He has access to all of these guys, and because he sees that these billionaire plays are working so well, he is going to transfer his knowledge and his connections basically to you. And this is just launching in a few days. So this is going to be the first that you're going to be hearing about it, but I can't wait for this. I've been talking with James a lot. He's very excited about this. I'm very excited about this because it's a newsletter specifically for billionaire plays and undiscovered billionaire plays. So that is number one. I'll link it. I'll link this newsletter page underneath this video. Number two, stockstotrade.com. This is the software that I know my team and I have been working on for several months. It's taken what seems like forever. I put in nearly $500,000 into redesigning this. The thing is that we used to have a partnership with Equity Feed. That was Stocks to Trade version 1. And they basically built some tools and some customizations that I wanted, but I kept wanting more and more. You know, I'm a high maintenance kind of guy. I'm a perfectionist. And, you know, eventually we came to the realization we're just going to have to do this ourselves. So we have rebuilt Stocks to Trade from scratch. And it has taken several months, but it is finally ready to be unveiled. Send an email to admin@timothysykes.com. In the next week or two, my team will be contacting you if you want to get on this software. And this software, because we have rebuilt it, you have no idea how many tools you're going to have. I'm so excited. I'll be making some video lessons showing you how to use it and stuff. But it is going to be very useful for breaking news, specifically for these billionaire kind of plays. And then also my chat rooms. You know, obviously, this is where the majority of you guys watching this video are already in. Between my two main chat rooms, we have nearly 1,000 traders, the Tim Alerts chat room and the Tim Challenge chat room. And pretty much everybody is sharing news. I busted one guy for sharing this weird website. It was kind of shady today, and I called him out. And he apologized in an email, so, you know, it's cool. But we moderate these chat rooms to death. And we want to make sure that only good news is being posted. Obviously, we can't be 100% perfect, but the vast majority of people in there are posting, you know, very good news. If you post bad news, you will be banned. You will be punished very quickly, as I showcased today. But I really, really want you guys to try and be in the chat room as much as possible. We've made it mobile friendly recently, and, you know, there's no other chat room for low price stocks that has this many traders. And everyone is sharing tips, talking about what hot stocks are in play, breaking news. And I found VVUS from my chat room today. You know, I got alerted from a student. And so when I'm asking everyone, hey, how much money did you make on VVUS? It's not because I want you to follow my alert. I never want you following my alert. I want you learning from my alert. But because I know my strategy and I'm very well prepared, I know that when Carl Icahn invests in a small, low-price company, VVUS is not as small as I wanted. You know, I would have preferred it to be under a $100 million company. Instead, it was a $150 million company. So it didn't have as much range or upside as VLTC. But I found it because someone posted it in the chat room. And whoever that was, thank you. You know, I'll go back and look at the archives and find the username later. Everything is timestamped. Everything is archived on Profitly. That's the beauty of it. But because of that alert, I bought it. And, you know, I wanted to alert other people to the opportunity. And it was a great, great buy for, you know, several hours. So be in the chat room, use Stocks to Trade, or definitely check out my friend James's new newsletter that's dedicated to billionaire hedge fund plays. Every single one of these plays is something worth buying. If they're low priced and if they don't have, you know, a lot of shares, if they're a small company. Ideally, you want like a 30, 40, $50 million company. You know, out on the outset, you have a $150 million company. If the billionaire is investing in like a $500 million company or $1 billion company, it's not that impressive because the company is already known to Wall Street. It's already a rather large company. So yeah, it's cool when a billionaire invests, but it's very cool when a billionaire invests in a very tiny company. And if you can get that news first, and if you can spot it first using the chat room, using my friend James's newsletter, using Stocks to Trade, whatever method you want, or ideally all three. You know, all three can be paid for with one good trade, or, you know, many years or many decades of these services can be paid for with one good trade. You know, I know some people who made 5 and 6 figures on VLTC and they held long past what I did. But, you know, whether you want to find it very early in the run-up or if you think that it's going to run for several days, if it's, you know, like a $30 million company or $40 million company as opposed to today, VVUS, which was a little too big, and you see what happens in a down market with two big companies. But you want to know about these billionaire plays. They are more reliable lately than earnings winners or contract winners or even pump and dumps. I know of no indicator better than billionaire plays right now, and that's why I wanted to make this video and just reestablish that. If you look at some of my video lessons back in April and May, you'll see exactly how much money we made. I mean, my subscribers made literally millions of dollars on VLTC and ABEO, in 2 to 3 days. And that's going to happen again if you find a billionaire investing in a very small company, and the people who find it first and the people who are prepared with, studying the past lessons and seeing, what kind of market cap it is, seeing what kind of market environment it is, those are the people that are going to profit the most. And that's the difference between, not profiting at all or, chasing it and maybe even losing money because you're not prepared. Some people buy it way too late. And, if you're early, you can bank the most. And obviously I don't like trying to find breaking news. I think it's a crapshoot where you're trying to say, oh, what is this company reporting earnings? Ooh, let me look at all this. I don't look for news. But when news comes to me, I'm going to play it. And when you have the single most consistent and successful, indicator, that is something to look for. You can't predict billionaire plays ahead of time because, the only reason why you find out about it is because the billionaires have to post their SEC filings and they have to, talk about their positions publicly. They can't, just invest in it and no one knows. If they buy over 5% of the company, they have to publicly disclose it. And that's what you want. I'm not talking about a billionaire buying 1,000 shares of a company. I'm talking about a billionaire investing, millions or tens or even hundreds of millions of dollars to becoming the majority shareholder of the company. And that is what this is all about. It's not just about, billionaire alerts, okay? I don't care what a billionaire is buying. But if a billionaire or a big hedge fund takes control of a company, especially a company that's been hard hit, look at this for a quick second. With VVUS, it hasn't done very well, okay, in the past 2 years. So it sucks. VLTC, if you look at it, Carl Icahn was invested for a very long time, but he took majority control right here. So there's a very big difference between having a billionaire investor all this time and then the billionaire taking control and showing people like, okay, I'm here. We're going to stop this shit. And you can see the difference pre-billionaire control and post-billionaire control. And there's a very big difference. And my friend James goes into this more in his videos. There's free videos to watch, so I highly encourage you to sign up for this, and I'll link it at the bottom of this video. It's totally free for you to learn from him and see what the average trader does not have access to. See the difference. See why some traders, outperform. I made nearly $4,000 today, and that was because of whoever alerted me in the Tim Alerts chat room. And I owe that person a beer. I hope they're coming to my Vegas conference. We have 2 seats left, by the way, to my Vegas conference roughly 3 weeks from now. Those 2 seats are probably going to be gone by the end of the day or tomorrow. So I would definitely join. You'll see some live trading. Maybe we'll have a billionaire play during my Vegas conference. But, by then, Stocks to Trade will be ready. My friend's James newsletter will be out. So you'll have the tools at your disposal. And, if you're prepared, you see these stocks can go from not just, 2 to 3, but 2 to 20 or 2 to 10 in a few days. And I don't want you to say, hey, Tim, you never told me about this pattern. I wasn't prepared. Now you're prepared, okay? Because we've gone over several examples in this. Obviously, VVUS, a little disappointing, but not that surprising given the size of the company. And if you look back at my April and May videos, I talk about how the size of the company is very important. But there's going to be more and more of these kinds of plays. And I don't want you missing them, and I don't want you not understanding the opportunity. Because as of right now, I know of no other indicator that is more important or more consistent than finding billionaires investing in small companies and watching those small companies skyrocket for several days or even weeks if the company is small enough. So that is today's video lesson. I will see you guys in the chat room tomorrow. I'm sure we'll have a whole bunch of new plays, and I look forward to it. Stay safe in this market, guys. Remember, September is the most dangerous